But on a web setting, Alice has a way of getting Bob's identity, but Bob is not going to go get Alice's public key. And so let's consider a more one-way style of connection, but with a similar protocol. Alice starts out, "I'm Alice, please pick R." She knows Bob's public key. Bob knows Bob's private key, and so Bob can give R back to Alice. Now what is Alice going to do with this? It's no good using her private key to sign R. What Alice can do instead is mix in R with the password that she wants to send and encrypt that using Bob's public key. So what have we accomplished here? We're back to Alice just starting out by sending her password encrypted using a key that enables Bob to decrypt the message, but by having this different R every time, we're not sending the same message across the network encrypted every time. R is mixed with the password, and so it's a different message to get started. And this thwarts the replay attack because Bob will pick a different R every time someone tries to connect. So this is good as long as Bob keeps varying R. So we're moving in a good direction, but if we're putting this together in some long-term protocol, there's still some room for improvement. One is that these RSA keys are large and slow. As we've seen, they can be 20 times or 100 times as slow as some other encryption mechanisms that we might use. And we're intentionally mixing up the messages that Alice is sending to Bob by adding R in instead of sending the password every time. That prevents replay attacks, but now we're giving attackers a lot of examples of things that have been encrypted, examples using that public key. And the more examples you give an attacker, the worse it is. We'd like to reserve the use of these public keys that we work so hard to distribute so that they last for a long time. Finally, there's also the question of the history of communications. If Bob's private key is ever compromised, then all history, all communications between Bob and Alice, and for that matter everyone else, become exposed. And that can be an especially bad security leak if Bob ever loses his private key somehow.